Okay, this is a little bit of an interim update. Next time you see the aeroplane, the wings should be back off again for covering. The upper wings will be coming off in a few minutes, so I'll give you a bit of an update now. This is the where are we? This is the intersect ferry between the two upper wings, two fuel tanks there. It's reasonable. It's in the right sort of place, and it's reasonable. That's what the back of it looks like. And this is what the underside looks like. You can't see those fuel tubes very well. There will be some, I don't know, light piece of cardboard or 3-ply that I paint white or something like that. Up above those tubes, yeah, you can't. There's just too much reflection on it. But I'll be able to use that to see the level indication anyway. But yeah, that's what it looks like. I just wanted to quickly update and show you that before I take the wings back off again. But yeah, so the wings will come off, the wing tips will go on, and then the covering process will start. So look forward to the December update. I'll try and do that before Christmas. All right, let's have a look at what happened so far in December. It's the last Friday before Christmas. I probably won't be doing too much on the aeroplane between now and probably between now and New Year's really. But I've made some reasonable progress. Some visible progress, put it that way. It's still not very much, but at least it's visible. Let's have a look. We'll start at the front here. There we go. Right. You might notice there's a big noisy bit missing from the front here. It's on the floor over there, connected to the crane. It had to come off. It had to come off for a couple of reasons. Obviously, it has to come off to cover the aeroplane, and also I never fitted these pieces to attach the cowl because I wasn't going to use that method of attaching the cowl, but I've decided to go back to the original method of connecting the cowl up. And you're not going to believe this, but just about everything fitted, especially when I didn't plan to put those pieces in. The oil filter block, I had to step that out from the firewall by about 120 thou, not very much. The gascolator had to move outboard by one set of holes. These are the original holes here. I abandoned those, picked up on the other two, and I had to drill 2 more holes and remake this bit of pipe. No worries, perfect. So that's all good. I'm happy with what's going on there. I trial fitted a couple of bungees, and yep, I was able to get them on without killing myself. That's just one bungee on each side. That's not nearly enough. I'm actually aiming for 3 bungees on each side. The aeroplane in Peru has got, it's got 2, but 2 is probably a little bit too light with a with a passenger, and I've already got a passenger on the floor over there, so yeah, I'm going to need 3. So anyway, that they fit quite well. I modified this a little bit. I made I put a little bit more stretch on the bungees than the standard one would have, and yeah, that's why I was a bit worried about them fitting. The wingtips are in progress. Those two over there are these 2 wings here. Those wingtips are very close. I'm getting help with the fiberglass from one of my neighbours, who's a whiz, absolute whiz with fiberglass. But anyway, these tips will go on. Those ones are temporarily on. When the wings come off, they'll be fitted properly. And the wings can't come off until these things are fitted properly, these root fairings. And this one doesn't fit very well at all. The other one I can sort of pull into position. Yeah, this one, you know, doesn't look too bad. And if you, with very little pressure, you can get it to take up. So I could, you know, screw that on and maybe add some heat or something, which will probably pull it in. Well, let's have a look underneath. Let's have a look underneath the aeroplane. I've managed to fit some fairings under there. These, where are we? Can you see? These fairings, these metal fairings will come and intersect between the wing and the fuselage, and they're actually very nice fit. I'm quite happy with the way both of them turned out. Really happy. I'm wearing my flying suit. That's because I just came back. From flying. But unfortunately I didn't get to video it, because, well, it serves me right anyway, because I was only going to tease you that I was able to fly in my shorts and t-shirt. So yeah, serves me right. But anyway, what else? Oh, okay. One thing at a time. These, let's have a look over here. These fairings, I think I had them pretty well built. Where are we? I had these fairings pretty well built. These are the fairings that go between the 2 wings. This will be the lower one. This will be so that you can see the fuel gauging through those 2 slots. And if you took notice when we were over here, each of the wings is fitted with a fuel level gauge, so I can see the level. But because there's a fairing on top, and that fairing with the 2 slots in it is underneath, it's probably going to be fairly dark in there and may be difficult to see the level of the fuel through there. So I bought a couple of these strips. I was just playing with the battery to show you, but they're exceptionally bright. Really expensive. I got a bag of 10 for, I think it was less than $10 for 10 of those things, and they're super duper bright, so they'll be installed on the upper skin, on the upper fairing, and shine through those fuel level gauges, and so it'll be backlit, so you'll be able to see. Anyway, that was my win for the month. you know, I'm kicking goals all round here, really. My skull cap turned up from spruce. That was a good thing as well. I've worked out pretty much why I've had trouble for the last, well, the whole, I don't know, forever, trying to get audio onto my videos. It turns out the microphone was knackered in my helmet, and I managed to exchange it for a David Clark microphone, and guess what? It's absolutely fabulous. So that's a good thing. Now this is another win, or at least I think it is. This is going to be my auxiliary fuel tank. This holds 20 litres, and it will be plumbed from one of those outlets on the bottom into the auxiliary fuel line here. Obviously I've got to modify it to make it fit properly and install it properly. That, believe it or not, is as far as the stick actually goes. So, but the tank has to go back that way anyhow, back aft, so there will be clearance in the stick. But that's part of the ferry tank system, so I can actually go somewhere, because the aeroplane doesn't hold very much fuel, as you know. It only holds whatever, 26 litres on each side. In Australia, we really should have 3/4 of an hour's worth of fuel left when we get to where we're going, in the class that this aeroplane will be registered in. So that doesn't leave a real lot of hours left to fly. But that'll extend at no end. I actually bought 2 of them, so I might actually try and install 2. So that's where we're at. Might not look like much, but I think it's a huge advance. Huge, absolutely huge. What else have we done for the month? Those wings, the wings are ready to be primed and covered. Matter of fact, I'll do that after the Christmas New Year season. Renegade's going good, so that's a good thing. Yeah. All right. Well, that's probably about where we are for the month. Even though we're only sort of a bit over halfway through the month, I think there's not going to be much else happening in the hangar between now and January. Yeah. Okay, this is a little bit of a catch-up on things that I didn't mention, on something that I didn't mention on the video. The aeroplane, the new Renegade, is now on the Australian register, so it actually finally exists as an aeroplane. Might be a little while before it gets a certificate of airworthiness, which you'd need that to fly, but at least it is an aeroplane. And yeah, come January, I'll have to answer all the questions of how many hours it's flown and all the rest of it. But it is its own identity now. It'll be VH8OC. Matter of fact, on the subject of the register, there's only 2 Renegades that I can find actually on the Australian register. Now, I know there's more Renegades than that. I've actually physically seen several of them, but the only 2 that are on the register that I can find is my new one and Rosie's. Rosie's a neighbour. She's also a member of the Murphy Renegade group on
Facebook. But our aircraft are the only two on the register. Now, we obviously run two registers in Australia. The other register is like recreational aviation. My 582 powered Renegade is on the recreational aviation register. You can't search that register. The normal register, yes, you can search it. You can find who owns the aeroplane, where it normally hanging, and all the rest of it, blah, 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 all sorts of information about it, but not the recreational aviation one. That's top secret, apparently, and so I've got no idea how many Renegades are actually on that register. But I've seen several. I've physically seen several. So anyway, we'll work it out. Yeah, so that brings you up to date, hopefully, with where I'm at. I'm moving closer and closer and closer. It's going to fly next year. There is no question about that. It's going to fly next year. Just when, I really don't know, but it'll fly when it flies. Okay, as I said before, have a lovely Christmas and catch up with you next year. Bye now.